After a week of fires burning across Colorado, we saw some real progress made by firefighters over this weekend. We've been following 3 of these fires and the impact on people living in Larimer, Jefferson, and Boulder counties. Let's start with some good news tonight out of Boulder. The Boulder Office of Disaster Management says crews have now fully contained the Stone Canyon fire burning near Lyons. So 100% containment tonight. That fire burned over 1,500 acres, including 5 homes. And firefighters also found the remains of 1 person inside a home that burned. That person's not been identified yet. All evacuations have now been lifted there, and all roads are back open. We're also 6 days into the Alexander Mountain Fire burning in Larimer County. Tonight, the good news is officials say it's no longer growing. They say a lot of residents will be able to go back home soon. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause joins us now with the latest from Loveland.
Officials say this fire is now more than 50% contained, and the 9,600-acre fire, it hasn't grown. That's a relief for residents and the crews working to bring this fire under control. Now, tonight, the crews say they have the eastern side of the fire under control, and all along Highway 34 to Midway, that's contained. Crews say that comes from coordination and the guys on the ground knowing how to adapt as the fire changes. As crews work to beat back the Alexander Mountain Fire even further, evacuation orders for many are easing, allowing many people to head home. Still, Larimer County Sheriff John Fan says for some, their homes didn't make it.
So we've lost 26 residential structures in the fire. We've had 4 with some minor damage, and 21 outbuildings, so barns, sheds, those kinds of things. And again, we have notified each one of those individuals who have lost a structure personally, and we have offered our resources, our condolences, our thoughts and our prayers to them as they go through this process.
For residents who live in the lower part of the canyon, they'll be allowed back tomorrow afternoon. For those who live on Storm Mountain, you'll need a credential to get into that area. Residents can start that process tomorrow morning, but they won't be allowed back in that area until Wednesday. As for what started the Alexander Mountain Fire, Sheriff Fan says Forest Service and Sheriff's Office investigators were at the point of origin for the fire both yesterday and today. They found signs of human activity there, but also signs of several lightning strikes in the area. Their investigation into the fire's cause is ongoing. In Loveland, Rachel Krause, 9 News.
Thank you, Rachel. And finally tonight, more promising news from the front lines of the Cory Fire in Jefferson County. That one is now 35% contained, and more than 1,000 people got their credentials this weekend so they could go home. Our Kelly Rinke is in Jefferson County tonight, and Kelly, firefighters got a little relief today with some rain. A little bit, not much.
Yeah, and they're not much, but they're getting some more right now. We're seeing, feeling a couple of little raindrops. The rain definitely boosted morale for firefighters today, but it didn't really make any impact on the fire. Over the next couple of days, first responders will be keeping a close eye on some of those shifting wind patterns. Overall, very positive news today. The rain didn't stop firefighters from continuing controlled burns on the west side of the Cory Fire. This is an area with a lot of fuel. They hope burning this area over the next day or 2 will help them lift mandatory evacuation orders.
Almost a week ago now, looked like a whole different situation last Wednesday and Thursday. So everything's worked out in our favor, and we're going to get this thing done.
The Sheriff's Office asked Core Electric to turn off power in the area firefighters are burning. That outage right now is impacting homes in the mandatory evacuation zones. Core Electric, though, says the area may also include a small handful of houses under pre-evacuation orders along McKinney. The purpose is to protect first responders and prevent additional fires.
Something that they don't have to deal with. They don't have to worry about the power lines being energized around them, and that they may get hurt.
Firefighters expect to do those controlled burns over the next day or 2, depending on weather. The daily updates from the Sheriff's Office will now be happening once a day. The next one will happen at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Reporting live in Jefferson County, I'm Kelly Rinke, 9 News.
Kelly, thank you. In our other headlines tonight, a trial is supposed to start tomorrow for a man accused of shooting and killing his mother in Aurora 3 years ago. Aurora police say Ryan Avery killed 70-year-old Deborah Avery. Court documents show his sister found their mother dead in her home on South Granby Street in June of 2021. Police say they recovered a gun and ammo in Ryan's car. Deborah's daughter also told police she'd recently taken over her mother's finances and believed Ryan did not like the arrangement. His trial is set to last a little more than 2 weeks. And the trial of a former Mesa County clerk picks back up tomorrow. Tina Peters faces 7 felony charges for tampering with her own county's voting systems. She admitted to sneaking someone into her office's voting system as they unsuccessfully searched for evidence of election rigging. Peters' attorneys argue she was just doing her job, preventing voting information from being erased before the voting system was upgraded. We are expecting 2 more days of witness testimony from the prosecution, and then the defense will present its case. Another gold rush today for Team USA at the Summer Olympics in Paris, starting with the world's fastest man, America's Noah Lyles, taking home the gold in a photo finish, becoming the first American to win the 100-meter in 20 years. Lyles will be a favorite later this week in the 200-meter race, and he'll try to join Usain Bolt as the latest runner to win both Olympic sprints. On the final night of swimming, the U.S. set not 1, but 2 world records. Swimmer Bobby Fink took the gold in the men's 1,500-meter freestyle, breaking a record set by a Chinese swimmer back in 2012 at the London Games. And the women's 4x100-meter medley relay team also secured gold. Reagan Smith, Lily King, Gretchen Walsh, and Tori Husk brought it home. 3 minutes and 49 seconds, defeating Australia by just 3 seconds. And a surprise win for Team USA in the cycling road race. American Kristen Faulkner took gold, making her the first American to win this event in 40 years. Faulkner surged ahead with just over 2 miles left, finishing almost a minute ahead of her closest competitors. Colorado Springs' Chloe Dygert came in 15th place. Colorado native Colin Duffy is getting ready to compete in his second Olympics, with sport climbing set to start at the Summer Games in Paris. And Paris is where we find our Matt Renew. Matt, this will be Colin's second Olympics. He was 17 when he first competed in Tokyo, just a kid.
You're right, Jen, and he qualified for those Olympics when he was just 16. Now, he's a sophomore at CU Boulder, majoring in math, and looking to add up the right equation for gold here in Paris.
At the G1 climbing gym,
very close to where I live, so I enjoy climbing here.
Broomfield climber Colin Duffy is reaching toward his second Olympic Games.
It'll be amazing. My parents and friends will get to come, unlike Tokyo.
Colin's been climbing since he was 3 years old, and at the Summer Olympics in Tokyo at 17, Colin became the youngest climber to compete, finishing 7th.
It was wild being 16 when I qualified, and then when I competed in Tokyo, I was 17, and being so young at the Olympics was a really insane experience.
3 years later, Colin has grown up and grown stronger.
Just even physically grown a lot. I was a sophomore in high school when I qualified in Tokyo, and now I'm going into my sophomore year at CU Boulder.
Along with climbing, Colin attends CU Boulder as an applied math major, the analytical side of Colin's brain that also helps.
There's a lot of math that can be used in climbing. I mean, math is kind of everywhere.
See the best hand and footholds on a climbing wall.
There's a ton of numbers everywhere in the sport, and so using math, you're able to you can track progress or figure out how to move better.
And at the Olympics in Paris,
it's one event, but it's an exciting event.
We'll have Colin calculating exactly how he'll grab a hold of gold.
The goal is going to be to pick up a medal.
During his training before Tokyo, Colin was in quarantine like all of us and had to train by climbing the walls outside of his house. This time around, he's been able to train normally. He's got his family and friends out here in Paris. Reporting from the 2024 Olympics in Paris, I'm Matt Renew. Jen, another Colorado athlete to watch today, Valerie Allman. She won the gold in discus in Tokyo. She'll be competing as well today.
Excellent. We wish the best of luck to both of them. Also, only 3 years, but my goodness, he looks so much older and more mature in just 3 years. Great story, Matt. Thanks. Nice to see you.